On today's episode of Tax Insights, Jeff explores the tax implications of GoFundMe gifts. He explains that these are considered individual-to-individual gifts without tax benefits. Jeff covers key points like the annual gift limit, which can impact your lifetime exemption if exceeded, and clarifies that recipients do not need to report these funds as income. Tune in for a clear overview of how GoFundMe gifts may affect your taxes.
Let's talk about gifts made on a GoFundMe page. I think a lot of people obviously are aware of GoFundMe, and a lot here to talk about, specifically in regards to the individual doing a gift. Is there any tax benefits? Are there any things that they get to write off per se by making gifts, or not so much?
Yeah, I guess it really depends on who you're giving the gift to. If, in a traditional GoFundMe, it's one individual essentially giving money to another individual. And that's just a straight gift. So it's not like you're giving it to a charity. It's not like you're, giving it to some 501c3 organization where you can take a tax deduction on your return. It really, unless the numbers get high, it's really a non-event for people from a tax point of view.
So let me ask you this then. If it is just a gift, I know that we've talked about in the past that there is a maximum dollar amount that you can gift someone before there's tax implications. Is that the same thing in a situation like this?
It is. We've talked in the past, like you said, about, parents giving gifts to children and things like that. And for 2024 here, anybody can give anyone else, related or unrelated, $18,000 a year without having to do any kind of paperwork.
Okay.
Once you give more than $18,000 to a single person, then you have to file a gift tax return. And a gift tax return just essentially notifies the IRS that you gave a larger gift and you're using some of your lifetime gifts,
Right.
which is like, that amount, you can give $13,600,000 away in your lifetime. So the 18,000 is kind of not reported at all, but anything over that goes against that 13.6 million.
Sure. I just think it's interesting that it's 13,600,000. Like, where did the 600 come in where they felt, you know what? You can't give 13,700,000. I don't know.
Next year, you might be able to, because the reason why it's 13.6 is because it keeps going up by inflation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I think the majority of our listening audience does not have to worry about that 13.6 dollar figure that you're talking about. But it is important to note that, as you mentioned, 18,000 to one individual in a year is what you can do without having to, as you say, report it to the IRS. And again, maybe the majority of people are not going to give that kind of dollar figure to an individual in an annual basis. But it is good to know, when you are on GoFundMe, because I know we have a very generous community that does do a lot of support. Last question here, Jeff, because time is running out. The individual then that receives these funds from GoFundMe, collectively, all together, do they have to report this as income?
They do not, because the recipient of a gift really has no reporting requirements at all. It's only a potential reporting requirements to the person that gives the gift.
Okay. Good information. Jeff, how do our listeners reach out to you and the team over at Hawkins Ash?
I would visit hawkinsash.cpa and go to that CPA HQ section, because, we have 180 professionals over 10 offices, and we can help you out in most any way that you need. So just go to that website, go to that section, and there's a lot of good information there.